you were talking about weather modification, so it kind of plays into that.
Yeah.
I used to get made fun of for talking about that like 20 years ago.
Hmm.
And now it's just there's companies saying that it's fine. It's just common knowledge that that's what they
Hmm.
do.
Yep.
And if you've ever seen What in the World Are They Spraying or Why in the World Are They Spraying, the two documentaries about it, independent tests have found all kinds of heavy metals like boron and
Aluminum.
aluminum oxide and
Hmm.
it's cobalt and stuff.
Yep.
Very toxic stuff, but also very electrically conductive stuff.
Yeah, it's also
That
raining drugs. Like,
Oh
for those who
yeah,
don't know, like, it's literally, we just had an article a few weeks ago in California, cocaine is raining in California
hallelujah.
from the water supply, from the hallelujah. We also have like a ton of birth control in the water. SSRIs
Yeah,
are probably being pumped into the water, and also, in my opinion, being dumped out of the sky. They're getting us at every possible
from what
angle.
I understand, it's turning the frogs gay.
It literally is turning
Uh,
the frogs gay. And they made fun of Alex
yeah,
Jones for saying that forever, and then RFK Jr. comes around and says it in like a nice professional big boy way, and everyone's like, "Oh my goodness, they're turning the frogs gay." It's
they
ridiculous.
did. They turned him gay,
Yep.
but so we all, we know that that's happening. We also know has existed for a long time, right?
Oh, I know.
And
I've called them.
probably much better versions of it by now, right?
Yep.
So if everything is so electrically conductive, because we have all these heavy metals in the ground, in the water, in our bodies.
Yep.
I mean, if microplastics can make it to our brain, then what can these tiny dust particles of metal do, right? Where can
Hmm.
they make it?
Yep.
So wouldn't that make it a lot easier for something like HARP or a similar technology to manipulate the like general vibe or feelings of people over
Yes.
vast areas or maybe even specific areas?
I think so. I was under the impression a few years ago that HARP was behind the mass bird deaths that were happening when all these birds were flying out of the sky. And I thought that because it was birds with cryptochromes in their eyes. So like the migratory birds that use the
Okay.
magnetosphere to get around, and the HARP directly punches a hole into that in
Right.
Alaska. And I did call them, and lo and behold, they did deny it. But I do
You called
think,
HARP?
yeah, I got a hold of some scientists at HARP, and I did try.
How the hell did you do that?
It's public. You can just call them.
Just
It's there. HARP actually
Just
belongs to the college now.
they have
oh,
a
okay.
podcast on
I mean,
Wednesdays.
Ah.
yeah,
I was
but
like, what?
I don't.
Okay.
I don't fully believe it's. It might be like a front. I still think they're involved.
I
the
was gonna
government.
say, but
But it is
maybe that's exactly what it is. It's probably like a front
But
thing.
they do say it's the college. It's with the college now, and there's scientists there, and they're like, we don't do anything that would interfere with anything. But like, you do.
We would never
shoot-
do anything
right,
bad.
you do shoot a laser into the atmosphere, right? And they're like, yeah, and I'm like, and you do say it ripples across, and it might have an effect. And that is the thing that you're shooting actually is what the cryptochromes in the bird's eyes use. So it's not like so far fetched. I know I sound schizophrenic a lot of the time, but I was basing this on like real things I was reading. Like there were other people saying this, and I looked into it. So that's all to say, I do think affecting that and plus what's in our bodies, that becomes a control mechanism. It could, maybe not even on purpose, although I think it could be on purpose. I think it could be like a byproduct where it's like, wow, we can just like tuning forks, but like detune them with all the metals and nanoplastics that are in them. And like when you look at cymatics and how they can make with frequencies certain solids move, why wouldn't that also happen within our bodies when they're
Absolutely.
tuning the sky and the atmosphere in certain ways? Again, not just saying that, I'm basing that off like the like crowd dispersal tools that they have now, where they can blast you with a frequency that makes your blood feel like it's boiling. They work on these things.
Yeah, the brown note, so forth.
The brown, yep.
Dude, let me tell you, like no, there was this thing recently. I went to a Universal Park, and this is just about how easily to manipulate people are in large groups. I went to a Universal Park. I was standing in line for like the Harry Potter ride, because that's what my fiance wanted to do. So that's what we do.
Yep.
And the ride broke down. It was a very long line. We were in line for like an hour already. And the way they do it at Universal is it goes around a corner. So you're in this big long line, and then there's like a corner that you can't see around. And you're like, maybe I'm almost there, but you're not. And so we were right in that corner, so we could see one group of people and the other group of people. And these two little girls start playing a clapping game, like Miss Mary Mac or whatever. And we had already been sitting waiting for this ride to open for like
terrifying.
another.
Yeah,
I'd be
I'm already
screaming
scared. Yeah.
What's that?
It's terrifying. I'd be screaming already.
Yeah, I mean, I was disturbed, but it gets way more disturbing.
Fantastic.
I call this the clapping incident when I talk about it to my fiance. But these little girls are playing a clapping game. People on the other side of the corner hear the clapping, and they think that's, an announcement must have been made that the ride is opening. I suppose that's what they thought, because they started clapping as well. Before I know it, within seconds, there's like 400, 500 people all around me clapping their asses off, and they don't know why. They don't even know why they're doing it. And then after nothing happens for like 20 seconds of clapping, it turns into a rhythmic clapping, like, demanding the ride to be open, basically. And it got scary for a second. And then they did that 2 more times.
Oh my god.
So, yeah. That's 90. I mean, that's 90% of people. Those people make good money. It's not cheap to go to a Universal park.
Nope.
Nope. That's who's running the world, man.
Yeah, I just saw a story about flight control falling asleep while a plane was coming into land, and the plane had to just keep circling for a while. I forget where that was. Maybe Florida.
Screaming into the microphone, trying to wake them up.
Yeah, yeah.
Goomba mentality is what those people had, Jeff. Goomba mentality.
Goomba.
Yeah.
That's racist to Italians.
No, it's not. It's if you guys don't know what Goombas are from Super Mario Brothers. If you've seen the original movie of John Leguizamo, the Goombas are all in an elevator, and he starts rocking one of them, and eventually all of them are rocking because they all just can't think for themselves. One of those situations.
Great movie.
Goomba mentality.
Yeah.
All right, I'll let you guys go. Can I say one thing, and I'll just hang up as soon as I'm done saying it?
Go for it.
I know everybody's charlied out. I want to get this out there in the narrative because nobody's talking about it. The day of the shooting, they did an interview with somebody. I think it was a student. The guy said, I heard it come from that way. It sounded like a 22 LR. Now, that either means that the 30-06 or whatever large caliber was suppressed,
right, or
it wasn't that gun, or that guy's lying, or deaf, or retarded. So, good night, guys. Discuss if you want.
Yeah.
Bye-bye. Or hang up on me, Brandon.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, Jeff.
Yeah, again, there are so many stories coming out of that. It's just impossible to know what's real or not.